The African savanna, a world where the line between life and death is often just a single breath. The sun has not fully risen yet. The tall grass is turning golden. The breeze is light, but the land is awake. Zebras are grazing slowly. A giraffe is plucking leaves from a tree. In the distance, a baboon watches everything from above. Everything seems normal, but in the savannah, the real danger is often unseen. Between trees and bushes, here the water is still, unnaturally quiet. This silence is hiding something. Just below the surface of the water, a long, heavy body lies coiled in stillness. Only two eyes peek above the surface. This is an anaconda. The anaconda, like other predators, does not chase its prey. It conserves energy. It waits. The secret to its survival is not speed, it is patience. For hours, sometimes days, it can remain motionless. Because in the savannah, every unnecessary movement wastes precious energy. At the same time, movement stirs in the open field. A young, wild beast strays from the herd. Thirst draws it closer to the water. The anaconda's eyes are no longer just watching. They are measuring distance. How many steps remain? Is the wind in its favor? Is the prey alone? This decision happens in silence. The anaconda does not use venom. The anaconda strikes from the water with lightning speed. The first strike wraps around the neck or chest. It does not kill by biting. It constricts as soon as the prey comes within reach. Then, with each breath, the coil tightens further. It does not allow the prey to breathe. This is not a fight. This is control. Nearby, animals freeze in alarm. Zebras flee. Birds take flight. Somewhere in the distance, a lioness stops to watch. But she does not come closer, because she knows this predator is in its element. When the prey goes silent, the anaconda does not rush. This, too, is part of its survival. It first finds a safe spot, then slowly swallows its prey. A large prey can keep an anaconda alive for weeks without hunting again. But this time is the most dangerous. A full body slows down movement. A large prey can sustain the anaconda for weeks, eliminating the need to hunt again. Silence returns to the water's surface. Only the anaconda's eyes peek above, as if telling the savannah, "This field is now under my rule." The secret to the anaconda's hunt is not only in strength, but in patience and wisdom. The sun in the savannah is slowly dipping. Daylight falls over the golden grass, and a faint scent lingers in the air. On the water's surface, the anaconda's eyes still watch silently. The prey is finished, but the danger is not over yet. After swallowing its prey, the anaconda slows down. Its heavy body sinks into the water, and it sits hidden. This is the moment when the anaconda is most cautious for survival. Even the slightest rustle in the air can force it to move. In the open field, zebras and wild beasts gather. They sense that something has gone wrong. Their steps are hesitant, their eyes swing between fear and caution. A pair of hyenas approaches quietly. Their sense of smell tells them that something big has happened. But the threat has not yet entered their circle. In the bushes of distant trees, a lioness watches in hiding. This animal is not just observing the hunt, but learning how the anaconda gained complete control over its prey. The anaconda is not only powerful, it is also a wise predator. It knows that in the savannah, more than strength, patience, and the skill to hide, also survival. Here lies its true secret, hiding in water, being cautious with every movement, allowing the prey to come within the perfect distance, saving energy for the next hunt. With the arrival of night, the savannah begins to change. Humidity rises in the air, and the shadows of the trees grow longer. The anaconda now maintains complete silence, sitting content in its place even after swallowing its prey. Life in the savannah is not won by strength or speed alone. It is hidden in the wisdom of survival, patience, and reading the environment. The sun has set. Twilight has spread over the savannah like a mist. The heat has eased, but the air carries the scent of danger. The anaconda remains hidden in the marshy water, its every movement cautious. Nighttime is the most dangerous time. In the open field, zebras gather around their young. Wild beasts move slowly. And with every breath, tension rises across the savannah. Behind the trees, a pair of hyenas silently searches for prey. The anaconda senses that this night is the most dangerous moment for it. Because even the powerful, when unhidden, can become vulnerable. In the distance, a lioness moves slowly, ready to defend her territory. This animal is testing the anaconda's silence, measuring each step. The secret of the anaconda's survival is now more evident. Hiding in water, complete concealment, performing every movement with minimal energy, waiting for the prey to approach, avoiding movement in the presence of danger. This predator is not only powerful, but also wise. Suddenly, in the distant marsh, the water ripples. The hyena comes slightly closer, and the lioness cautiously observes from afar. The anaconda does not move, keeping only its eyes above the surface, as if saying, "This field is still mine, but I am fully aware of the danger." At night, The other sounds of the savannah intensify. Monkeys screech in the trees. Birds settle for the night. Vultures circle from a distance. All of this signals potential threats to the anaconda, but with silence and patience, it reads every movement. The anaconda's survival depends not just on hunting, but also on understanding danger and knowing the exact right time to stay still. The night's blanket has spread over the savannah. Humidity fills the air and the ground is cooling slightly. The anaconda remains hidden in the water, only its eyes visible above the surface. In the open field, a small wild beast glances cautiously over its shoulder. Thirst draws it closer to the water. This moment presents a new opportunity for the anaconda. It moves, but slowly, silently, without making a sound. This is not the first moment, but this time, the danger is greater. In the bushes by the trees, hyenas and a lioness watch quietly. They know something has happened, but they have not yet figured out what. The anaconda strikes from behind tall grass. Before the prey can react, the first coil is around it. This is not a game of venom. It is a game of strength and wisdom. The prey's breathing stops, and the anaconda uses every muscle in its body to bring the prey under complete control. Meanwhile, the reaction of other savanna animals is evident. Zebras and wild beasts freeze in place. Birds take flight into the sky. And in the distance, the lioness and hyenas silently assess the situation. All of this signals potential danger to the anaconda, but it acts with patience, conserving its energy. After securing the prey, the anaconda slows down. Everything happens slowly and carefully. Here is where the suspense lies. A large prey can sustain the anaconda for several days, but every moment carries increasing risk. Now, there is slight unrest in the savannah. A faint rustle in the air, monkeys screaming in the trees, and vultures circling above. All of this signals possible threats to the anaconda. The anaconda's survival depends not only on hunting, but also on recognizing dangers, exercising patience, and conserving energy. The night's darkness deepens. Some movement at the water's edge. Is it prey, or is it an enemy that could threaten the anaconda's life? The night has deepened. Every shadow, every rustle in the savannah now tells a story of danger. The anaconda remains hidden in the marshy water, but now it is not just prey. Enemies have drawn near as well. In the open field, a large pair of hyenas move slowly. Their keen sense of smell tells them that something significant has occurred, and they are searching for it. Behind the trees, a lioness is hidden. This predator has already observed the anaconda's hunt, and now intends that this powerful hunter cannot remain alone on the ground. The anaconda does not move. It knows that any haste could be fatal to its life. Its survival strategy, hiding in water, executing movements with minimal energy, reading every movement of potential threats. Suddenly, the water's surface ripples. The hyenas approach, and the lioness peeks from behind the trees. The anaconda keeps its eyes above the surface, measuring the threat every moment. This moment is not just about prey, it is a decision between life and death. Elsewhere, zebras and wild beasts grow cautious as well. Their eyes and ears are fixed on every movement. This scene shows, in the savannah, survival depends not on hunting or strength alone, but on cautious wisdom. The anaconda moves for a moment, not toward the prey, but to ward off the enemy. This movement is only a small flick, but for the other savanna animals, it is no less than a threat. For the anaconda, survival is not just about hunting, but also about staying safe. Even in the presence of danger, in the darkness of the night, some large movement is sensed near the water. Will the lioness attack? Or the hyenas? Will the anaconda's wisdom work this time? Or will it face danger? The darkness of night has settled over the savannah. Humidity fills the air, and every movement on the ground has become a potential threat to someone. The anaconda is hidden in the water, its eyes above the surface, reading every motion. Behind the distant trees, a lioness approaches silently. This predator is testing the strength of the anaconda's powerful muscles and wondering, is this hunter truly alone? At the same time, at the water's edge, a large pair of hyenas moves closer quietly. Their keen sense of smell tells them that something significant has happened, and this moment brings danger. The anaconda does not move, only its eyes shift, measuring the threat every instant. This moment is not just about prey, it is a test of survival. Suddenly, a minor scuffle occurs between the lioness and the hyenas. The anaconda watches it all, waiting for the right opportunity. The silence, once hidden in the water, has now turned into a tense atmosphere. Zebras and wild beasts observe everything from a distance, their eyes filled with fear and amazement. This scene teaches that in the savannah, both strength and wisdom are needed. Patience and wisdom, complete concealment. Moving only when the enemy is understood, conserving energy. All of this, for the anaconda, marks the difference between life and death. In the darkness of night, sudden movement on the water's surface. Is this a new enemy? Or an event that could change the anaconda's life? The anaconda's ultimate test, the savannah's nature deciding life and death. And the question, how will the story of the Silent King end? The darkness of night has enveloped the savannah. Humidity fills the air, and the rustling of the grass now feels like a threat. The anaconda is hidden in the water, its eyes above the surface, measuring every movement. The law of the savannah: strength, wisdom, and survival. Behind the distant trees, the lioness and hyenas remain cautious, ready at every moment for the anaconda to move. The anaconda does not move, only reading the environment with its eyes. This moment teaches silence is also power. The water's surface ripples. A hyena steps forward. The lioness takes a slow step. Everything is dangerously close. The anaconda decides, now is the time to move. To secure its defense and survival after the hunt, it slowly emerges from the water. In the open field, zebras and wild beasts learn that life in the savannah is preserved not just by strength or speed, but by wisdom, patience, and reading the environment. The anaconda, with its heavy body, silently moves from the water and hides among the marshy bushes. It is now safe, but remains cautious every moment. This moment teaches, in the savannah, every predator, whether the strongest or the smallest, cannot survive without wisdom and patience. In the darkness of night, everything in the savannah falls silent. The lioness returns toward the trees. The hyenas move away, and the zebras and wild beasts blend back into the grass. The anaconda, the silent king, hides again in the water. With the law of survival firmly in place, survival is not only in strength, but also in wisdom. Being cautious every moment, reading every threat, and understanding the silent power of nature. These are the principles that preserve life in the savannah. The savannah is now wrapped in the night's blanket. The anaconda's breathing causing gentle ripples in the water. And the silent king, after its greatest test, is safe. Here ends the story of the anaconda. A tale of hidden power, wisdom, and survival in the silence of the savannah.